Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. We're looking at developments now in Burundi. Now, President Nkurunziza of Burundi is committed to running for a third term, and the protests against his bid continue. Street battles and gunfire erupted again in the capital as protesters against Mr. Nkurunziza rejected his calls for calm in the East African nation. And that's an ethnic tinderbox with a long history of civil war and genocide. Soldiers and police were said to have fired tear gas and warning shots in the air as they faced off against scores of young men throwing rocks and burning makeshift barricades in the roads. More than 20 people have been killed in almost a month of unrest, including a failed coup attempt and the struggle to stop Mr. Nkurunziza from seeking a third term, reopening old wounds between Burundi's Hutu and Tutsi ethnic groups. Well, indeed, the current president of Burundi insists that he has the right to run for a third term because the first does not count. But let's give you a much better understanding of the human cost. Now, humanitarian agencies are struggling to cope as tens of thousands of Burundian refugees stranded on Kagunga Island in Tanzania face worsening medical conditions. UNICEF revealed that conditions at Kagunga were tough, and that a cholera outbreak had made conditions even more dire. At least 33 people have died, with 27 deaths believed to have been cholera-related. The World Health Organization declared cholera a level 1 emergency in the region on Wednesday. More than 100,000 people have crossed into Tanzania since the political unrest began in Burundi on April the 26th. Well, joining us via telephone is Ambassador Chike Anigbo, who is a former election observer and has been following this developing story right from the start. Ambassador, thank you very much for making out time to be with us today.
Thank you very much.
Now, the president of Burundi has been a bit tight-lipped in addressing the crisis. My question to you is that could dialogue be the missing piece to the puzzle in addressing this crisis?
Definitely, there should be dialogue. It is not a missing piece in a puzzle. It is an obvious way to go. The fact of the matter is that the Al-Qaeda-sponsored Al-Shabaab terrorists in Mogadishu have been creating a lot of havoc, especially in the countries that have contributed troops to the African Union peacekeepers in Mogadishu. So they have already done a lot of harm in Kenya, where the attack first was the mall, then secondly was a university, a hospital. And now they are showing their fangs in Burundi. So whatever they'll be able to achieve, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that somebody is sponsoring the protester. That's the fact of the matter. It could be ethnically related, or it could be the arm of the Al-Qaeda or the Al-Shabaab terrorists that are extending their fang into Burundi.
Now, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you at this point, what lessons African leaders could actually draw from what's happening in Burundi?
Well, what they can do is, we have done that before with putting together a group of eminent personalities. And if that happens, the East African regional economic community have a big part to play. If somebody like the president of Tanzania, Dr. Chike, then we can bring Mugabe of Zimbabwe. Then we can bring, of course, South Africa. We can bring Nigeria. We can, these countries, and that, of course, you cannot remove somebody like Museveni, they are all within that region to have a group of eminent personalities to push and get the people in Burundi, the people can call it, they can go for this contest. If it is beauty contest, whoever popularity vote, then should be the head of state. They shouldn't go the way to fight over something that is not necessary. Already, the Constitutional Court is supporting the president, the president, and then of course the Nigerian, not only Nigeria, a number of other countries, including the legislators, are backing the president to run for another term. So my understanding is that somebody else, another rebel leader, has expressed interest to run. Why not? The more the merrier. Let all of them go for the poll, so that both the EU, then the AU, and then of course we cannot remove what they call it, Germany and France. Germany used to be the country that was the colonial master of Burundi, and then the union of Rwanda and Burundi became this Rwanda-Urundi.
Ambassador, thank you so much. I'm so sorry, but we've run out of time.
Separated to have Rwanda and Burundi. So Germany will have a part to play. France will have a part to play. That was why I mentioned the EU.
Yes.
AU, African Union, and of course other dominant personalities can come up. So yes, push and get the protagonists who are trying to create the problem, let them go to the poll.
Well, Ambassador, thank you so much. We indeed understand what you're telling us.
With that, we don't think we want to go that extra mile of going to fight. It's not necessary.
Well, thank you so much, Ambassador Chike Anigbo. We're very grateful for your inputs. Thank you very much. Well, we take another break now on Network Africa. When we come back, we're looking at developments in Egypt. Please stay with us.